Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Anastasia. I scored 119 on the TOEFL test, and if you're planning to take the TOEFL test in 2 weeks or so, this is the video for you.
Everything's in English.
All you need to know.
All right, how did you learn to speak English?
For those of you who don't know what the TOEFL test is, here is a quick introduction. TOEFL, which stands for the Test of English as a Foreign Language, is an international exam that tests your ability to communicate freely in academic contexts. It is primarily used as part of the admission process by colleges. However, some people take it to prove English proficiency to emigrate or to find a job abroad. Also, keep in mind that the TOEFL exam lasts for about 3 hours. And once you've taken it, your score is valid for 2 years. By the way, TOEFL creators have recently launched the TOEFL IBT Home Edition, which is the same TOEFL IBT test you would take at the test center, at home, and is monitored online by a proctor. Well, I think it's a great initiative since it allows you to take the test in a familiar environment without having to wear a mask for the whole 3 hours. Moreover, you don't need to shout into the mic to be heard over the other test takers. Now, let's imagine that you have 2 weeks to prepare for the TOEFL. The first thing I recommend doing is to complete the TOEFL IBT Free Practice TOEFL test. This is a free test that you can find on the EDS website. This will give you an overall understanding of the test format as well as allow you to estimate your initial score. Then, once you know a bit about the test, you can start practicing. 2 of my favorite free prep resources are TOEFL Bank and KMF. Now, TOEFL Bank is a very nice platform that offers free tests for you to work with. These tests will have exactly the same format as the ones you will see on the day of your exam. As you probably know, the TOEFL exam changed slightly in 2019, and this platform has embraced these changes. Now, the second resource is KMF, a Chinese website that provides you with a wide range of TPOs. Since they haven't adapted their content on the platform so far, be ready to see 14 questions for every passage in the reading instead of 10. There are also a few more lectures in the listening section, but the reading section is exactly the same. For the speaking section, you can practice with YouTube videos, as many of them have embraced the changes of 2019. Besides, you can also come back to the text or the lecture that you didn't quite understand in the integrated section. In terms of the difficulty level, TOEFL Bank is a bit more challenging than other platforms. Like, for instance, one of my students scored 22 to 24 on his first attempts in the reading section there, while he previously got about 25 over on Best My Test and 27 on KMF. As a matter of fact, he ended up getting 29 in both reading and listening on the final exam. I suggest using both resources in your prep, because I love challenging materials as they help you to stay on the safe side and ensure you're not surprised on the test day. This is why alternating with both resources is the best thing to do. Now that we know what resources to use, let's discuss what you should do to prepare for the reading and listening sections. For the first week of your prep, do a reading and listening test every day, or almost every day, depending on the time availability and the score you need to get. For the second week, focus on either listening or reading. Every day, do either 2 sections of reading or 2 sections of listening. This will prepare you for the experimental section that you will get in either reading or listening. When taking the tests, carefully study the question types, especially for the reading section. It's essential that you know what to do for each question type. There are many kinds of question types, but we can divide them into 2 groups. Those that require you to read for specific information, and those that require you to read for detailed information. When reading for specific information, you just need to find 1 or 2 sentences using the keywords and read them. If you start reading the whole paragraph instead, you will just get confused and lose time. However, reading for detailed information requires test takers to develop a good understanding of the paragraph as most answer options will use paraphrases. If you want to learn how to tackle different question types, you're welcome to join the TOEFL prep course Marina and I created to help our students score 100 and higher on the TOEFL test. We will also give you effective speaking and writing templates, explain the scoring criteria, so you will know exactly where and why you're losing points, and provide you with even more resources for the prep. You can also get a consultation with me where I will score your writing and speaking and share some sample answers to help you succeed on the test. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the listening section. If you have problems with listening and score less than needed, listen to audiobooks and lectures on the topics that are challenging for you. For instance, if business vocabulary is a problem, find business lectures or audiobooks on YouTube and listen passively for 2 or 3 hours every day to get a better understanding of the topic. In a few days, you will notice the changes and you can move to a different topic. Usually the most challenging topics are business, marketing, biology, psychology, and sociology. Now, what should we do with the most challenging section of the test? Speaking. First, practice question type 1 every day. Do about 3 or 6 questions a day and repeat your answers again and again until it sounds perfect, at least in your opinion. This will improve your fluency and overall speaking skills and ensure you can quickly come up with good and clear reasons. Secondly, learn the templates for the speaking questions and repeat them very fast to get familiar with using them. Good templates are vital as they save time and help you fulfill the requirements to get a good score. Finally, do a complete speaking section once every 2 or 3 days. To get a good score in the speaking section, you should speak for the whole 45 or 60 seconds, depending on the question. Remember, the students who finish too early lose points. Secondly, give details in your answers instead of making them too short. The more details you give, the better. Speak naturally. Don't speak too slowly, like, "To me, it's a no-brainer that cars should be prohibited downtown." Or too fast, like, "To me, it's a no-brainer that cars should be prohibited downtown." You do need to speak fluently, but naturally enough for the listener to follow you with little effort. Finally, avoid hesitating and pausing. Repeating out loud for 5 minutes every day helps to overcome this problem. Finally, the writing section. Again, learn the templates. They can save a lot of time and give you the structure you need. Write an essay every day. Alternate essays by writing one essay on one day and another essay on another day. Remember that although an integrated essay seems the most challenging, most students struggle more with the independent essay, so try to focus on it for the last couple of days. Some tips here are: give details in the integrated essay and don't write a conclusion. Writing a conclusion in the integrated essay is just a waste of time. Besides, it will not increase your score, so why do it? If you have problems coming up with reasons in the independent essay, which is pretty common, go through the list of 155 writing topics and come up with the 2 reasons for at least 10 or 15 essays. Don't dodge the question in the independent essays. If you're asked, "What have you learned about a country from watching its movies?" don't say, "I believe that movies are like a window through which we can have a sneak peek into the lives of people." This is a direct quote from one of my students' essays. He didn't talk about what he actually learned. He didn't state it specifically. A better answer could be, "I have learned about the lives of local people by watching movies." Don't introduce any new information in the conclusion. Instead, repeat your opinion and the 2 reasons you gave in the body paragraphs. Finally, give 2 reasons instead of 3. You simply won't have enough time to elaborate on the 3 reasons, so why not just write 2 and explain them well? And finally, have the right mindset. Test takers who believe that this test is their only shot end up underperforming on the test and score less than expected. However, those who believe that they can retake the test as many times as they need get 100 plus from the first attempt. So give it a try, tell yourself you can take it as many times as you need, and enjoy the results. Good luck!